NFL season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports.
This one fielded at the 5. And able to get this out to the 25.
Ready.
Right out of the gates, Lance going to the air.
They're connecting here with DJ Shark. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A good start offensively. 15 yards on the game's initial play.
That was a fun one to watch right there. A nice in-breaking route and plenty of room in the middle of the field. And he was able to get behind the linebackers and grab the completion for a really good pickup.
Miles Sanders, first carry of the game. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46.
The Eagles at 6-4 now on the year. Charles, they were losers last time out. What do you think they need to do differently here?
Well, I don't think it needs to be as drastic as burning up last week's game tape or not watching it, but the attitude has to be what's done is done. Let's move on. Put that one behind them, galvanize themselves, and go forward and get a win in this one.
On second down and 4.
Lance. And that one going to be off target and incomplete. Well, this defense for the Cowboys, they were terrific last week in the victory over Buffalo.
And one of the key things you always look for when you're evaluating a defense is how opportunistic are they? How many takeaways do they get per game? And how about last week's game? That number, 6. Absolutely phenomenal performance. They were on top of their game right from the first snap.
On third down, they turn to Sanders. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
Aaron Siposs on to punt as he'll get this one away now.
And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. Well, pretty woeful there. Just 23 yards on the punt. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line. They'll run with Pollard to begin the drive. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. First down yardage on the first play of the drive. Give him 14.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run. And let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down. Otherwise, it's going to be a long afternoon.
First down, and it's Pollard again. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's second down.
So, CD, this defense, they know that they have to be at their very best when they're taking on a team here that's in the midst of a winning streak that's now stretched over multiple months, not weeks, months.
I think the challenge they put upon themselves is we want to be the guys to end that streak. And what's working in their favor, the winning streak on the other side. Sometimes that carries a burden with it because they feel like they have to play perfectly as well. Let's just go out there and get them is the idea.
17 yards on the catch and run. It's a first down.
I like how they work the tight end on a nice little under route there. And if you're going to give him that much space, he's not going to catch the football. He's going to run away from you a little bit, and that's exactly what he just did there, picking up extra yardage.
They'll go with Pollard here on first down. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28. He was well over 100 yards last week. He told us this week, a little ambitious, said he wants to hit that 200 mark. We'll see.
Makes sense, though, doesn't it? Have we ever run into a running back that had a great game the week before that didn't think that's just going to naturally continue? Just make sure you feed me the football. And that's what they're all about. Continuity, rhythm, number of carries. Just keep giving it to them.
7 yards there and a first down.
Yeah, once more, strong running, excellent blocking at the point of attack. They've got a nice little drive brewing right here.
Can't we score?
first down. Prescott.
A quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete. These two teams have met earlier in the season in Philly with the Eagles winning that ball game. So they're trying to win here in Philadelphia to capture the season series.
From the 21, it's 2nd and 10. Prescott now. Got it. And now a fumble. The ball's out. Call it luck or skill, whatever the case is, they're feeling good about just keeping the football there.
Yeah, the biggest thing that they're calling it now, our ball. I mean, they don't care if it was luck or skill. Boy, the panic that jumps up in your chest when that ball's on the ground, whether you get it or your teammate gets it, just as long as you maintain possession, that's all you're looking for.
Here we go now on 1st and goal.
Prescott to throw it.
And this ball is caught by Lamb. Touchdown, Dallas.
A great effort there. His 14th touchdown now on the year.
And the Cowboys will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon.
Extra point by Marr, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. The kick team out there for the Cowboys as they run up to send this one away.
This will be fielded inside the 5. And he doesn't even get this to the 10. He's taken down at the 9.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs. So they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them.
Here's a quick throw caught by Smith.
And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30. A gain there of 21 yards.
With these run-pass options, we often talk about a good quarterback and running back. Well, having a talented wide receiver helps also.
Yeah, even coming in third in the discussion, sometimes that means he really should be first, because all you want to do is get the ball in their hands and let them make the big plays downfield.
On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
They'll go option on 2nd down, right side. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. That's complete to Disley, the tight end. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. Able to convert on 3rd and 14, a terrific play call. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports.
They fake the handoff. Now Lance.
That's caught by the big tight end, Dallas Goedert.
And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
Let's go now.
On first down, Lance.
This time for Smith, and it's intercepted.
Picked up by Leighton Vander Esch. And the Cowboys are going to take over here at their own 22-yard line.
It's almost like you can see the look of frustration on his face. 4 interceptions last week. We talked about it all week. What did he do wrong? And another one here in the first half.
And you can understand the frustration. You actually feel his pain a little bit. But the worst thing he can do is what you're seeing right now, showing the other team that he's frustrated. All they're going to do is double their efforts to make him even more frustrated. He's got to gather himself, compose himself, and keep fighting.
Well, he talked a lot about erasing that loss last week, getting back in the win column. We'll see how he responds. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Maybe just a lack of concentration there as he couldn't haul it in.
And when you're going across the middle like that, you know, he's running that drag route, you are conscious of all the bodies and the traffic in there. But let's face it, if you're going there, you might as well come down with the football and absorb whatever else happens after that.
A quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
Well, they approached this drive with a lot of confidence after the last one ended up as a touchdown. But incompletions on their first 2 throws has them huddling up and trying to figure out a big play here on third down to get their momentum going again.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Now Prescott. He completes it to Julio Jones.
And he will have a Cowboys first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. So he turned to a trusted, familiar face in that 3rd down situation. It paid off.
Yeah, you go to your veteran receiver in that spot, so you can't underestimate him when he's on the field defensively. Make sure you know where he is because he understands how to get open in key situations.
And he put up a good fight, but he's going to be taken down behind the line of scrimmage.
Let's face it, that's just a helpless feeling for a running back there. He's looking up to find a hole, and all he finds is a whole lot of ticked-off linebacker.
Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. To throw is Prescott.
A quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
This is what defensive coaches ask of their defenders every single ball game. Get a hand on every throw in coverage. They want the deflections. They want the knockaways. Pick it yourself if you can, but at least knock it down and guarantee it's incomplete.
On 3rd down, it's Prescott.
He'll fire deep downfield for Lamb.
And that will be incomplete. They weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. On 4th down, here's Brian Anger now to kick this one away. Back deep is DJ Chark. Oh, he takes it in, doesn't let it bounce. He takes it at the 2. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And the Eagles will be backed up deep to get the drive started as they take over 1st and 10. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive.
As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there are things to build on because they found some play calls that worked. Now, they've got to build another drive and find a way to avoid the turnover that plagued it on the last one.
Blaster, sit.
On play action, Lance.
Oh, he'll want that one back. Incomplete. He doesn't drop too many in that department. 3rd down.
fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better. Got to get more help. Obviously one that should have been caught. They got to find a way to bring those two elements together so they can make some progress in this one.
Lance going to try and throw on third down here. He'll get this one complete. That's A.J. Brown. And he is going to have an Eagles first down as he'll be marked down a yard or two past the marker following a gain of 6.
I don't care how many times we say it, I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
Again, it's Lance. It's caught. Smith broke a tackle, but not much room there. Just up past the 25, no further. So the completion gets him just a yard, and it'll be second down. Lance looking to throw it. And this is caught. It's Brown. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A gain there of 21 yards. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Hey, check Nagel.
Play action. Now it's Lance. This is Smith with a grab. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
And cycle. Ready?
Up the middle they go with Sanders. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
They've created a nice sustained drive off of plays like that. A nice strong run there that keeps them advancing the ball.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
Steel black. Green jack. Drill green.
Off of play action, here's Lance. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. Philadelphia picking up the first on a gain of 15.
Partner, he got the DB on his horse on that play. He certainly sold like it was going to be a deep route before breaking it back on the comeback towards the sideline.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw to the goal line, but it's incomplete.
He came through well with a nice pass breakup there. Fortunate that he was on the spot. He's the only guy left to prevent the first down.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Now a play fake. Lance. He'll buy some time right. And he just chucked that one out of bounds, out of everyone's reach. Maybe a wise call not to take a sack in this part of the field. It brings up third down.
I'm really liking what I'm seeing from this defense because their coverage has been playing at a shutdown level so far. Even backed up late, they're forcing incompletions and fighting to keep them out of the end zone as the first half winds down.
Throwing his Lance on third down. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
I think it's safe to say that he's made some questionable decisions out there so far. Forced some throws into tight coverage. He's already been picked off in this game. Fourth down now, but he was fortunate on that one not to have another turnover on his ledger.
The kick by Elliott is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So, Charles, they are on the board after that kick. So 3 drives, 3 points. Obviously not the start that you were hoping for, but they're able to erase that 0 off the scoreboard.
Yeah, I guess what you're saying is a point of drive is not what offenses are striving for by any stretch. They're happy they've got 3 now. They hope that that unlocks their offense for bigger points down the road.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And just inside of a minute left, Charles. They got a pretty long field ahead of them. I'm curious to see how they play this, but you would think definitely enough time to at least try to get 3 out of this.
Yeah, you want to move with a nice sense of pace. You want to up the tempo a little bit, but you have to do it with some poise as well. You don't want to go so fast that you hurry yourself into mistakes. There's enough time to put points on the board if they do it right.
And even though they have the lead, you know that they would love to extend this lead before heading to the locker room. Over the middle, complete. It's Ferguson. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1.
Nice rhythm throw there on first down. He located his tight end, made it a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside.
They made a nice effort to stick him with a loss for that play, but it's going to take more than that to keep him from advancing the ball. Should be an entertaining battle anytime he tucks and runs over the second half of this contest.
Third and short yardage. Prescott. That'll be incomplete as the clock will stop with 14 seconds remaining.
Like what I see so far out of this defense because they've been showing their best coverages on third down. So far, only allowed 1 conversion on a handful of attempts. One area of their game plan that they've executed to perfection.
Fourth down, Prescott. Prescott able to get down there at the end on the slide, and he has the first as well. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. So this offense able to convert on fourth, and now a fresh set of downs here. 1st and 10. Here's Prescott. And this one nearly picked off. Kind of surprising to see a defender of his caliber let it get away, but get away it does, and it's 2nd down.
Offense was moving it a little bit, had them back on their heels, but they earned a brief pause by forcing the incompletion. That gives them a quick chance to regroup and try and mount a stand before they're backed up even further.
And you see the clock almost empty, so this is likely the last play in the 2nd quarter. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call.
Victory, baby!
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Final play of the half. Prescott. He'll fire deep downfield for Lamb. And it's knocked away and incomplete. So we have reached halftime here with the visiting Cowboys out on top. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. The Cowboys will get the football first here, and they have the lead as well as we are underway in quarter 3. He was solid on the field goal, but not as solid on the kickoff there, and that'll put him at the 40-yard line to start this drive. False start there. That will set the offense back 5 yards.
Brandon, the lineman certainly flinched there before the snap. A good call.
Looking to throw. Prescott. And his throw's going to be incomplete. What a difference a week makes. Last week he hit on over 80% of his passes. This week he's down under 50%. What do you see as the difference?
Well, I think we're used to seeing a drop. If someone's over 80%, they're not going to hold that number. Not in this league. But a drop under 50%, that just tells me that the defense has spent a lot of extra time on game films and came up with a really good plan to try and chip away at his timing.
Flush to his right. And his throw is incomplete.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Prescott now. He's got his man, Schultz, coming across the formation. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45. So following the holding call, what can they do here on 3rd and long? Now Prescott. He'll fire deep downfield for Lamb. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. They run straight ahead here with Pollard. And the ball is knocked out. And it's picked up by the Eagles. And he's into the end zone. It's a fumble return. And a touchdown. And point here in the 2nd half, Charles, after that play.
All you're trying to do is change momentum, flip things around for your team. You're just trying to take the ball away. How about when you take it away and score? That really changes things.
Elliott good on the extra point, and the lead is now 10-7. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. This game, it has obviously been all about the defense on both sides of the football. Which offense is going to break through here? We'll see if they can do it on this drive. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. On 2nd and 12, Prescott. A quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Prescott. Got an open man. It's Michael Gallup. And he will have a Cowboys first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, this is where reading defenses and practice time comes into play. You've got to know what you're running versus zone versus man and how to run the proper route. And they just executed that one pretty well.
Now a give here to Pollard. And this is going to be a Cowboys first down as he's able to get this up past the 40.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
Two first downs have him up to the 41 now for 1st and 10. Prescott to throw it. That is caught by Lamb. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. 23 yards, the final tally. That last throw moves him past 27,989 yards for his career, so that means he moves ahead of the blonde bomber, Terry Bradshaw, on the all-time list.
And, boy, he loved to throw it downfield, didn't he? That's why he was the blonde bomber. Remember, he threw it downfield to John Stallworth and Lynn Swann. It was gorgeous. Big throws, big plays. Terry Bradshaw. Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going. And then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
They have certainly looked his way in this 3rd quarter. Another catch, and it's good for a first down. That's what we're used to seeing from him right there. Plays like that, why he's number 4 in the league in terms of receiving yardage.
Able to make adjustments all along the way. Doesn't matter where he lines up, where he releases from. Working his way into the secondary. Figures out defenses and finds weak spots in order to get open.
And good downhill running. He's got 6 yards down to the 13.
That was a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
On second down and 4, Prescott. And that is caught. Touchdown, Cowboys. Julio Jones from 13 yards out. And the Cowboys have retaken a third-quarter lead. Extra point by Marr, up and good. And the lead is now 14-10. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
16 yards right off the bat and a first down.
But normally you see 3 tight ends in a formation, you have to think to yourself, this has got to be a run. And I know as a safety, when I saw that, I took an extra step or 2 towards the line of scrimmage. Instead, they threw the ball, and he found one of those tight ends for a very nice pickup.
Right, 97.
They'll run with Sanders up the middle. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
On 2nd and 11 now. Lance. And on the catch right side, this is Sanders. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. It's an Eagles first down on a gain of 11.
Well, they've certainly had their share of troubles running the football in this one, but this play is almost an extension of the running game right here. They set up the screen, let him work out in space on the perimeter, and he turns it into a big pickup.
So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. And Lance now to throw. This time for Smith, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Trayvon Diggs. And the Cowboys are going to have the football here at their own 35-yard line. Keep in mind, he had the 3-interception game last week, so we requested to talk with him this week. He was all smiles. He's still all smile.
Yeah, we didn't jinx him at all, did we?
No.
Because ordinarily that happens. Things fall off, but not in this case. I think a lot of it goes back to his technique, his ability.
And he loses the football a second time.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. The fumble on first down. Now here's 2nd down. Now Prescott. Able to hit his target, Lamb. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. They have certainly looked his way in this third quarter. Another catch, and it's good for a first down. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this third quarter. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
first down. Here's the run with Cook. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line.
Well, you know me, partner. I never tell them to back off of being aggressive, but sometimes you see the consequences when you're overly aggressive and you don't secure tackles. Guys break through.
Trying to sell out to pry that football loose, and just as you said, cost some yardage.
Hey, you got to go get him. Stand him up first before you go for the ball. Don't just go for it initially.
On 1st and 10, Prescott. He'll find Lamb. That's complete.
And he's going to get this down near the 25.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran it a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
From the 25, here's 2nd and 6.
Here's Prescott. And he will not make it back to the line of scrimmage as he's going to be taken down.
Fletcher Cox, he's been doing this for a lot of years, and another sack to his ledger there. And, of course, that's not an easy man to sack. You know how elusive he can be trying to get outside of the pocket. That was a great play on the defensive side.
And I wonder what was going through his mind because he didn't seem as committed to using his legs to pick up yardage. He wanted to...
And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Darius Slay with a pick.
And the Eagles are right back in this football game.
A critical error there in a tight game of the fourth.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the fourth quarter, turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the fourth quarter with a lead, no matter at what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
This drive starting off on the right foot, 18 yards. From up near the 40 now after the big play to start. Here's another 1st and 10. Sanders here as they run out of the gun. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35.
The two big plays right in succession as this one goes for 27.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
Right back to Sanders on 1st down.
43 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down, that fits the bill.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3.
Now Lance going to throw. And this one incomplete. Oh, he couldn't hang on to it in the end zone, and that's one that'll haunt you. And now it brings up 3rd down.
My first thought is surprise because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
The Eagles on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3.
To throw, it's Lance.
Over the middle here to Brown.
And he is going to have an Eagles 1st down as they convert on 3rd and 3 with a nice gain of 7 yards.
Would it be safe to say that as precise as routes are supposed to be run in the NFL, maybe they're not quite as precise in college ball?
That's accurate, yeah.
And I think we saw a college route in the NFL there. Just find the soft spot, find the dead zone, and find the 1st down. And that's what he just did. He didn't just deny a big throw there. He broke that one up in the red zone. An excellent play, one that may help save points on the board when this drive is over.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20.
Watch out now. 50 Fury.
Again, they'll throw it with Lance.
Got his man complete over the middle. It's Brown. And a good gain here of 9 from the 19 down to the 10.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
On third down, they'll run it with Sanders. And the Eagles are going to have first and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown. And that's what they're gunning for on first and goal. They'll run with Sanders. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line. A full 5-yard loss that time. It's going to make second down pretty tough.
There's no question that coming into this game, this defense was pretty vocal about his desire to take this running back out of his game. And all that pregame wolfing has turned into results.
On second and goal, Lance. Oh, he forces one there. It's a potential dagger as it's intercepted. Picked up by Leighton Vander Esch. And the Cowboys are going to take over here on the INT at their own 5-yard line. That is now 7 interceptions between last week and this week. 3 in this game, 4 a week ago.
And I saw the head coach write on his play sheet, make a little note. I hope he's writing self-scout. Bring in the guys that scout games for you with a different eye and watch him and see what's going on, and maybe they can pick up what the flaws are, and hopefully they can correct them.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. Another important fourth-quarter series coming up. That last INT helping to maintain their slim advantage. They find some open field here. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. 145 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
Whistles now in a timeout defensively. So a wise move as they'll use the first of their timeouts to force one more play before the 2-minute warning. Line of scrimmage, the 43 on 2nd and 4. Up the middle, it's Cook. And a lane slow and materializing there as he'll get maybe a yard up to the 45. As big of a play as we've had in this one so far. This is 3rd and 3. Trying to run for it with Pollard. And he is going to have the first down, and that is going to suck the life right out of this crowd. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Going to run again here with Pollard. And forget that 100-yard rushing game, at least for the moment, as he'll lose yardage here and fall back under the century mark for the game. Defensively, they know the situation. They stack the line. Heck, that was a goal line set right there.
And it's the right play for them, exactly what they have to do. They want to take away every gap, every crack, and make sure no one can get through it. But here's the deal, though. You've worked on offense all year long about these types of defensive fronts. And if they can penetrate it at all, your runner has a chance to go a long way behind.
It could be a house call. On 2nd down, it's Pollard. And they'll get this just to the 47. 1-yard gain. The Eagles will take their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
Seventh play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on third down. It'll be a handoff to Pollard, and he can only manage to get this to the 45-yard line. Yeah, shortly first. 3 yards won't be enough here as that'll bring up fourth down.
Well, praise has to go to the guys on the offensive line because they've had a very nice, productive day running the football. How about that poor defensive line? They've been knocked around the entire game, and while they slowed them down on that run, can they continue to do so? Because they haven't had much success throughout this ball game.
Anger is on to punt, and he gets this one away. This will be taken at the 10. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive.
As this offense takes the field against CD, remember last drive they were moving the football, but then they threw that costly interception, so we'll see if they can right the ship here on this drive.
And doesn't that just sum up football? We see it all the time, don't we? The defense goes from losing the battle to making a huge play and stealing the momentum. So you know they're riding high right now, and they're ready to challenge this offense and that quarterback one more time.
And we'll see if the offense is up for that challenge here as things start to get more interesting here in this second half.
Let's go.
From the 21, it's 2nd and 10.
Lance looking to throw. And that's intercepted yet again, and that could be the backbreaker. Picked off by Kelvin Joseph.
Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it. And that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really bad way. I don't know about you, partner, but watching them take the knee there and finish this one off, I feel like I'm going to be sore tomorrow. This was one bruising affair. Low scoring, but my kind of football.
Not a work of art, but maybe in your world, a little bit of a work of art. You like the defensive side.
I thought it was pretty. I can't help myself. I thought it was pretty.
And it ends in a kneel down as the clock rolls down to zeros.
Well, CD, for the losing side, they had opportunities in this one, but big plays just didn't go their way, especially late, and they have to suffer the L here.
It certainly felt like that takeaway, once it happened, it knocked the wind out of their sails, and they just couldn't get their equilibrium back.
So for Dallas, the great run they've been on continues as they move to 9-1 now. And now they'll have the short week ahead as they'll host their annual Thanksgiving Day game on Thursday. Meanwhile, for Philadelphia, it's a loss that sets them back in their playoff push as they fall to 6-5. And they will be at home next week to take on the Miami Dolphins.
Lights came, prime time action. Run it up, touchdown, I'm snapping. In the field with the play, John Madden. It's so many, give it Sunday magic. Lights came, prime time action. Run it up, touchdown, I'm snapping. In the field with the play, John Madden. It's so many, give it Sunday magic. Round of applause and you go, that's it. Damn, that's a bomb with a flick on my wrist. Jersey on my chest, that's a team that I rep. Came in as a rookie, now I'm balling like a vet. If you talking crazy, better say it with your chest. Hit him with the right, then I hit him with the left. Ooh, ooh. Then the juke move, I swing stiff arm, lights out, you snooze. Lights came, prime time action. Run it up, touchdown, I'm snapping. In the field with the play, John Madden. It's so many, give it Sunday magic. Lights came, prime time action. Run it up, touchdown, I'm snapping. In the field with the play, John Madden. It's so many, give it Sunday. road, yeah, I got those.